Look at your phone, at your laptop, or your smartwatch. Beneath the sleek glass and quiet metal, there is a violent, invisible storm of energy racing around right now. For decades, we've essentially treated consumer electronics like magic boxes. You plug them in, turn a dial, and expect them to simply work. Because we can't see what's happening inside, we casually mix up the terminology. People often assume that a massive jolt of voltage automatically equals a massive amount of power, but the physics don't work that way. Electricity is the highly controlled movement of tiny charged particles called electrons. To bend those electrons to our will, to light a screen or run a processor, engineers rely on four basic physical laws that dictate the behavior of every electronic device on Earth. The first of those variables is voltage. Electrons don't move on their own. They require a physical, electrical pressure to push them through a circuit in the first place. A water tank positioned high above the ground creates a downward pressure. In circuits, that driving pressure is voltage. Open the valve, and the volume of water moving through the pipe is current. In electronics, current is the measurable flow of electrons. When those electrons flow continuously in one single direction, we call it direct current, or DC. This is the standard delivery method for the internal circuitry of your devices and anything powered by heavy battery units. But to move power efficiently over hundreds of miles, the electrical grid uses alternating current, or AC. Here, the direction of the flow repeatedly reverses back and forth as it travels down vast transmission networks. Voltage and current give us raw energy, but if you let that pressure push without limits, the circuit will instantly overheat and destroy itself. To stop that from happening, we need to apply the brakes. That brings us to our third variable, resistance. Resistance acts like a dramatically pinched pipe, strictly opposing the flow of electrons. These three forces are locked together by Ohm's law. Divide 12 volts of pressure by 6 ohms of resistance, and you get exactly 2 amps of current. Which leads us to the final pillar, power. Measured in watts, power represents the actual, useful physical work that the electricity is accomplishing. Mathematically, power is simply the product of the pressure and the flow combined. You calculate it by multiplying voltage by current. Generating a specific amount of power is the ultimate goal of any electrical system, and you only achieve it by perfectly balancing the push, the flow, and the brakes. This wall charger schematic shows how the equation works. We start with 5 volts of pressure multiplied by 3 amps of current. Multiply those together and you get 15 watts of power delivered to your battery. Modern fast charging technology dramatically increases those specific variables, carefully, safely pushing more voltage and current into the phone to hit 65 or even 100 watts. The exact same math applies at the industrial level. Advanced AI processing chips demand immense energy, with some individual GPUs drawing 700 watts of power for heavy computation. Pushing that staggering amount of current against the resistance of millions of microscopic transistors generates extreme heat. Server racks packed with these chips require massive, dedicated cooling operations just to survive their own power consumption. Whether you are blinking a tiny LED indicator on a dashboard or powering a global network of artificial intelligence, these 4 variables remain constant. Master the math behind them, and you can read the language of the modern world.